Wisdom shines in talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. My comments bring this profound wisdom into your experience. I'm Richard. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is talk 244, part 3. Questioner: what is the practice? Maharshi: to find out the source of I. Questioner: that was the state before one's birth. Maharshi: why should one think of birth and death? Are you really born? The rising of the mind is called birth. After mind, the body thought arises, and the body is seen. Then the thought of birth, the state before birth, death, the state after death, all these are only of the mind. Whose is the birth? Questioner: am I not now born? Maharshi: so long as the body is considered, birth is real. But the body is not I. The self is not born, nor does it die. There is nothing new. The sages see everything in and of the self. There's no diversity in it. Therefore, there is neither birth nor death. In this exchange, the questioner is seeking guidance on practice, and Ramana Maharshi directs him towards self-inquiry, the investigation into the source of I. This isn't a mere intellectual exercise. It's a profound investigation into the essence of your own being. The questioner first asks, what is the practice? Ramana succinctly points to the essence, to find out the source of I. This seemingly simple instruction holds profound significance in the teachings of Ramana Maharshi. It is the basis for self-inquiry. The starting point of the practice is a deep exploration into the nature of I, or the sense of self. Ramana encourages you to investigate the origin of this fundamental sense of identity. Within us, we know this I. Just where does it come from? It's about understanding what constitutes the core of your being. The practice involves a turning inward, away from the external distractions and the outward focus of the mind. Instead of getting entangled in the complexities of the world, you are directed to reflect and inquire within. The goal is to go beyond the superficial layers of the mind. Ramana emphasizes that the source of I is not to be found in the ever-changing thoughts, emotions, or perceptions of the mind. The practice is a journey to the substratum that underlies the mental fluctuations, from what is always changing to what is always steady and unmoving. By asking you to find the source of I, Ramana guides you to question the nature of your existence. It's an invitation to go beyond the conditioned beliefs and perceptions about yourself and explore the unchanging reality that lies beneath the surface. usually unnoticed. This practice is not intellectual speculation, but a direct experiential inquiry. It involves a profound introspection that goes beyond conceptual understanding, beyond the mind. Ramana's teachings emphasize the need for direct experience over mere theoretical knowledge. The questioner then brings up the concept of the state before birth. Ramana responds with a question, challenging the very need to ponder birth and death. He asks, "Are you really born?" and guides the questioner away from getting entangled in the complexities of the mind and questions of birth and death into a deeper question about existence itself. Ramana describes the rising of the mind as birth. He emphasizes that thoughts about birth, death, and the states before and after are all creations of the mind. He says that these notions pertain only to the mind, not to the true self. When the questioner asks, "Am I not now born?" Ramana dismantles the misconception. He distinguishes between the real and the perceived, pointing out that while the body may undergo birth and death, the true self remains untouched. The body is not I. Ramana then says that birth is a reality only when you identify with the body. The self, however, is beyond birth and death. It is unborn, eternal, and unchanging. Ramana challenges you to investigate the nature of birth, urging you to recognize that the self is not subject to these transient phenomena. The self is not born, nor does it die. This dialogue encapsulates the essence of Ramana Maharshi's teachings. It's a call to transcend the illusions of the mind, recognize the unborn and unchanging self, and realize the eternal nature of your being. It prompts a shift in identity from the transient body and mind to the timeless and formless self. As my teacher says, it's a matter of identity. So inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.